prefer the carefree sleep to sensual pleasure. Some people exclaim how nice it is to sleep. If we find sleep which is void of any feeling, peaceful, then we can imagine the bliss of Santi Sukha, which is the end of Namarupa. So this one I get from the Abhidhamma in Daily Life, Ashin Janagabi Wangsa. So it's also, this book is a very good book. So if you are studying Dhamma or you are studying Abhidhamma, so please get this book, all right? Because he explained Nibbana in this according to this Santi Sutta. The example given here is very interesting. It's like, even though the servant prepare very good things like food, entertainment for this very rich man, but he having a very good sleep. In his sleep, there's no feeling. It's just nothing in his sleep. But he still prefer it to the like all the sound, all the music, all the entertainment, because you find that sleep peacefully with nothing, with no entertainment is very good. So this is what we can imagine the bliss of Santi Sutta, which is the end of Namarupa. Okay? All right? If no question, I will continue. All right? So this all we are talking about the question, where is Nibbana? Right? So it's not in the body, it's nothing to do with Namarupa. It's we can feel it through the Santi Sukha. Now the next question is, where is Nibbana? This is interesting, no? Because if we are going to study Nibbana according to the divine realms of existence, or the we call it the universal, the whole universal, the realm, the very big area. So where is Nibbana? So this sutta is also very interesting. We call it Lohitasa Sutta. It's one of the very famous sutta. You all should really study. So at one time, at late on night, the glorious god Lohitasa is a deva here. He has psychic power. He lighting up the entire Jeta's grove where Buddha stay. He went out to the Buddha, bowed and stood at one side and said to the Buddha, "Sir, is it possible to know or see or reach the end of the world by traveling to a place where there's no being born, growing old, dying, passing away, or being born, reborn?" Right? So that's his question. So if you study the Dhamma, you know, sometime in middle of night where everybody go to sleep, then they will come, approach the Buddha, and they will ask something, because certain question they really trouble them for some time. Like this Noitasa, he want to ask this question because he really want to get some confirmation from the Buddha. His question is it possible to reach the end of the world? So it's very interesting here. Right? Okay, so his question is talking about this end of the world, right? By traveling, because his psychic power, you know, he want to travel, he want to reach the end of the world, he want to reach a place at the end of the world. There's no one being born, growing old, dying, passing away, and or reborn. So that's his question. Okay, now what he say? Now he share his own personal experience. Once upon a time, I was a hermit called Rohitasa, son of Boja. He was a hermit as a human before. So after he passed away, he born as a deva. His name is still called Rohitasa here. I was skywalker with the psychic powers. I was as fast as a light arrow easily shot across the shadow of the palm tree by the well-trained expert archer with a stone bow. My strike was such that it could span from the eastern ocean to the western ocean. Having such speed and strike, this wish came to me. I will reach the end of the world by traveling. I traveled for my whole lifespan of 100 years, pausing only to eat and drink, go to toilet and sleep to dispel weariness, and I passed away along the way, never reaching the end of the world. So that's his own experience. So this means that because he has psychic power, he used his own psychic power, he traveled very, very far throughout the whole universe. He only stopped for a little bit time to eat and sleep and go to the toilet, but he just continue, but he never reached the end of the world. But on the halfway, he passed away. That's his own sharing. All right. Then the Buddha says, it's not possible to know or see or reach the end of the world by traveling to a place where there's no being born, growing old, dying, passing away, or being reborn. So the Buddha first, he confirmed that the experience of Rohitasa is not possible to reach the end of the world. Then the Buddha gives some more explanation. But I also say there's no making an end of suffering without reaching the end of the world. For it is in this phantom long body with perception and mind. He's talking about this Namarupa. I describe the world, its origin, its cessation, and the practice that leads to its cessation. Now, come to this point, the Buddha, he talking about in this body, with the perception means the sanya and the mind. Is either the consciousness or maybe the chitta. But in this Namarupa, he described in the world, its origin, the cessation, and the practice that leads to its cessation. But here we need to know, when the Buddha said the world, what is the world? Okay. Now, the Lohitasa, this Deva, he want to go to the physical world, right? But the Buddha, he's talking about another kind of world. So first, we look at the information that I mentioned here. Right. The world. Okay, so you need to know there are two kinds of world, has two meanings. All right. The one, the god, the Deva, Rohitasa, he want to the physical world, means that he want to go to the universe. Now, how many billions of universe out there? We don't know. All right. But he cannot reach it. But the Buddha talking about the end of this world. This is the world of formation of Sankhara Loka. All right. So it's only one. So it's only one Loka here, Sankhara Loka. So the Buddha talking about it's possible to reach the end of Sankhara Loka, but it's not possible to reach the physical world, which the Rohitasa, the Deva, he had tried for many, many hundred years. Okay. Rohitasa asked the Buddha on the physical world, Sakkawala Loka, universal world. But the Buddha answered him referring to the world of formation phenomena. So by practicing Vipassana meditation on the formation of Namarupa, one can achieve the cessation of the world of formation. So Nibbana is not the end of the physical world. Nibbana is the end of the world of formation, or the end of this Namarupa. Okay. So any question?
Anyone want to ask any question, you can vocalize.
Okay, if not, I will continue. All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just, yes?
You continue, Asagi.
Okay, all right. So here is just the key point is that Nibbana is not talking about the end of this physical world. Nibbana is talking about the end of this Sankhara Loka, the world of formation. World of formation means that the end of this Namarupa. Okay?
Saigi, I got a question
Yes.
on the second one. By practicing Vipassana meditation, is
Right.
it the only way?
Yeah, you have to practice Vipassana. You can also use Samatha, but Samatha or Vipassana, but still you need to use Vipassana. Right, because
This one is
Vipassana
stated
will
in the sutta, right?
Yeah, later I will discuss one sutta which is to do with the Samatha and Vipassana. Right.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yes. Now we go to next question. All right. We already know who. We already know what is Nibbana, and then where is Nibbana. Now we're going to this question: who will attend the Nibbana? All right. So when you do the chanting, all right. So if you notice when you do the chanting, so you always recite Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, then Uju Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Samichi Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Then you recite Yadidam Chatali Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Now this one, Chatali 4. Purisa is a person. Yugani is pace. So Chatali Yuga, 4 pace. Atta is 8. Purisa Pukala, so 8 type of person. So what is this 4 pairs of person? What is the 8 types of person? All right, so we go to this question, who? All right. Now, for us to know what is 4 pairs and 8 types of person, we need to know there are 4 levels of enlightenment, or 4 stages in the enlightenment. So that's why there are 4 pairs here. Right, the first one is a Sotapanna, stream enterer. All right, from the word Sota and then Apana. Sakadagami, once returner. Saki is a once. Agami is a returner. Anagami is a non-returner. It's from the Pali word na anagami. Arahant is Arahant. All right. So there are 4 types of 4 stages of enlightenment. There are 4 kind of person here. And Nibbana is experienced at the path, Magga, Phala, fusion of the each enlightenment stage. So at each enlightenment stage, there will be 1 Magga and Phala. And there will be 4 Maggas and 4 Phalas. So there will be 8 types of noble person experiencing the 8 stages. Because there are 4 Magga, 4 Phala, so plus together there will be 8. So there will be 8 kinds of person experience these 8 stages. All right. So this in detail one. All right. So you got the Sotapatti Magga. So the person who established in the stream entry path at that time is considered 1 type. Though the person established in the stream entry typo error is a fusion here. Sorry, this is a fusion here. All right. So who attend at the fusion is another type. Okay. So because of this, you got 1 type, 2 type, 3 type, 4 type, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we call it the 8 kinds of person here. So this kind of 8 kind of person is the one that attend Nibbana. So this answers the question, who will attend the Nibbana? All right. Okay. If no question, I will continue. When, Now people want to know, do you attend Nibbana when you pass away? Or when do you actually attend Nibbana? So to answer this question, we need to know there are 2 types of Nibbana. So the one that attend while somebody is still alive, and the one attended after he passed away. So the first one you call it Sa Upadisesa Nibbana. So this means that having the sustenance of life remaining. Meaning is that one can attend Nibbana while one still living. So there's a means that when you're still alive or while you're practicing meditation, you can attend Nibbana. So this when. Another type of Nibbana is after you pass away. So this is called Anupadisesa, no sustenance of life remaining. So like Buddha after he passed, after his parinibbana. So after the Buddha parinibbana, he attend inside the Nibbana. All right. So you can attend Nibbana while you're still living or after you pass away. All right. So this answers the question when. Like after Buddha passed away, he attend Nibbana. Okay, now we could go to this question, all right? So people want to understand how to attain Nibbana. So of course, we are talking about the cause effect. So when you study, remember the starting where I told you about the cause and effect. So if you want to attain Nibbana, all right? So this is the effect. So you need to go for the cause, all right? The cause is the 4th noble truth. There is a noble eightfold path. All right. All right. So through the 4 noble truth, noble eightfold path. So or in brief, Sila, Samadhi, Panya, morality, concentration, wisdom, or through Samatha and Vipassana, or through the 37 requisites of enlightenment, Bodhipakkhaya. All right. So which is in detail is the 4 foundation mindfulness, 4 right effort, then roads to power, spiritual faculties, spiritual powers, 7 factors of enlightenment, noble eightfold path. or through a series of vipassana knowledge. All right, so you will see here. I'll mention about this later. Okay. Now, when we are talking about samatha and vipassana, so samatha first or vipassana later, or vipassana first or samatha later. So it's very confusing. So to know about should we practice samatha or vipassana, which one should we practice first? We need to look at this sutta, which is also one of the quite famous sutta. All right, we call it Yuganata Sutta. Vipassana and samatha in tandem. So at one occasion, the Venerable Ananda was staying in a Kosambi Gosita monastery. Then he addressed the monks. Friends, yes, friend, the monks responded. Venerable Ananda said, friends, wherever monks and nuns declare the attainment of arahantship in my presence, they all do it by means of one of another four paths. Which four? All right. So the first one.
I think we lost Taigi. No voice.
His fetters are abandoned, his obsession destroyed. So this is the first path. Then the second one, then there's a case where a monk has developed tranquility preceded by insight. So it's insight first, samatha, so vipassana first, samatha later. All right, this is second path. So the third one is there is a case where the monk has developed tranquility in tandem with insight. So it's a samatha and vipassana practicing quite at the same time. All right, so they are working at the same time. So according to this one, so we call it insight. So here, this according to this is samatha first, vipassana later. According to second one is a vipassana later, samatha later. Third one is a samatha and vipassana at the same time. Okay. And then the fourth one, there is the case where a monk's mind has its restlessness concerning the Dhamma udacha, all right? So according to commentary, it's a corruption of insight, or they call it dasa vipassana upaklesa, the imperfection of the vipassana, well under control. There comes a time when his mind grows steady inward, settles down, and becomes unified and concentrated. In him, the path is born. All right, he follows the path, develops it, and pursues it. As he follows the path, developing and pursuing it, his fetters are abandoned, his obsession is destroyed. Wherever monks and nuns declare the attainment of arahantship in my presence, they do it by means of one or another of these four paths. All right, so according to this sutta, Yuganata, you can practice samatha or vipassana first, samatha first, vipassana later, or vipassana, samatha later, or samatha and vipassana together. Or the fourth one is talking about this is also to do vipassana. It's like when you see the defilements, is such a kind of like when you see the obasa, when you see the light, or you see the pity, the joy, then the mind get distracted from the vipassana because he just want to enjoy the comfortable feeling with the light, with the joy, with the peacefulness. He lost the track, he stopped there. So, but if he continue to practice vipassana, then he can attain magga and phala. Okay, so this is called Yuganata Sutta. Right? Now, where you can see the magga phala, you only can see magga phala when you study this 16th vipassana jnana in detail, or when you study Abhidhamma. All right. So according to this 7 types of purification of 16th vipassana jnana, so you can see Nibbana at the last one. Right? So okay. So purification by knowledge and vision, path knowledge, and fruition knowledge. So at this point, the Nibbana, the object, or you can say they experience the Nibbana, right? So this is a practice where everybody who practice Vipassana had to go through. The highest one before attain Nibbana is this equanimity to all formation. From here, then this process will be start from the anuloma, it will be to do with the enlightenment process. But the one actually see the Nibbana is this Magga and Phala. So that's why this is called purification by knowledge and vision.